So in my neighborhood here in South Central Phoenix, I've been eyeballing this piece of property for a couple of years now because I've noticed that there are the small pistachio orchard on the property, and I've always been curious as to whether it actually produces any, because from what I understand, pistachios need 800 plus chill hours, and generally here in Phoenix we're in the 300 to 400 neighborhood. So today as I was driving by, I noticed that fruit had set. So I stopped and introduced myself to the owner, and he allowed me to come in and check out the trees. He said the trees were planted back in the late 60s by ASU because the university had noticed that there were larger trees on the property, trees that were 100 years plus, that were able to pollinate these. So as an experiment, they planted these here. Now the owner says that the females pollinate the male, which I'm not familiar enough with pistachios to know whether that's true or not. I always thought that the male pollinated the female, but apparently he says or thinks that the male trees produce the fruit. I'm gonna have to research that. But anyway, I did ask about whether these have ever produced an edible nut, and he says no. That there's been probably a couple handfuls of edible nuts in 50 plus years. So I think that kind of debunks the myth of whether we can get pistachios to fruit here in Phoenix. Will they grow? Yes. Gorgeous trees. But we just don't get enough cold here in the city. Maybe on the outskirts, Queen Creek, Carefree, Tucson possibly, but here in town, doesn't look like it's going to happen. If it was going to happen somewhere, it would have happened here by now. These trees are older than I am. So anyway, that is the story of pistachios here in Phoenix, or one episode anyway. If you have any questions or have pictures of your pistachios that you've tried here in the Phoenix area, I would love to see and discuss, get your experience. You can post that in our Facebook group, Living the Green Life. Our Instagram channel is Seamus